week's local papers. Matt Withers from Archant Media here with his pick. Good to see you. We're starting with the Croydon Advertiser, and it's got a story which often crops up in the local press. It's hair stories in schools.
Yeah, and this is a slightly more extreme example, if true. This is from the Croydon Advertiser. Headline is that mum whose son was told he wasn't black enough to use conditioner wants head teacher to resign. And on the face, it would appear to be true. This is a mum of three, Rosie Gillam. She says her son, Shay Naidu, I hope I've got that right, has not been allowed to play with his classmates at lunchtimes after the teachers noticed he was wearing spraying conditioner in his hair, which apparently goes against school rules on how you should dress. He is mixed race, white and Caribbean heritage, and the claims are that a teacher said, "You're not black enough to wear this conditioner." He's been banned from spending his lunch or play breaks with other people's, and now she has actually taken him out of the school. She said it's so bad there that he'd come home from school upset and said that he'd been made to miss his playtimes and sit in the corner by himself, and that she's looking for somewhere else for him to be schooled. Yeah,
no doubt the school has come back with some kind of response to this. But if true, you would imagine that it's an incredibly serious allegation. Action will be taken.
Yeah, if true, it would be at best astonishingly ill-judged. Now, actually, the head teacher's come back and has given the classic that she's unable to comment on this individual case, and it's not appropriate for me to comment on individual pupils and cases. And then she has just restated at length, really, what the school's uniform policy is. But the crux of this story is not what the school's uniform policy is. It's was this comment made to this boy, and they have declined to address that.
I know that the mother is taking it further by going to Ofsted and other bodies.
She has, and she's also formed a petition locally, which is to have this teacher, to have the head teacher to resign. It's called Justice for Shay, and it's had 130 signatures thus far.
OK, the Brent and Kilburn Times next, and a row over the rebranding of a theatre. What's at the bottom of this one?
Yeah, this is quite entertaining. Really. Brent and Kilburn Times Splash is, the rebranding of theatre. Some people may know the Kilburn Theatre, the Tricycle Playhouse, or the Trike as it's known locally. That has now got a new artistic director, Indu Rubasingham, and under her tutelage it's been renamed the Kiln Theatre. She said it's the right time for a change. I wanted a name that rooted us in Kilburn's community and reflects the company's programming and ethos, but a lot of people are very unhappy. As is ever the case, there's been a petition on this. 326 people have signed saying that it's unnecessary, costly and squanders the established reputation of the tricycle. And the architect of the original theatre, Tim Foster, said that the tricycle or the trike stood for something and that he can't see the point of Kiln and what he calls its meaningless branding.
I mean, it's one of those issues. I know people feel very strongly about particular venues and the name of venues and times go by, but is those behind it saying simply we need to move forward, it's time for a fresh look at this?
Well, I mean, what they've actually said, the spokesperson, they said that they consulted with many members of the community, although the newspaper says that they weren't aware of this, and said, we believe it's a name that speaks of creativity, inspires a sense of warmth and echoes the name of the place where we live. And they're just words, aren't they? They're just random words.
Yeah, no doubt the petition will gather pace.
I would have thought so.
And the story will come back to this particular paper. Now, let's talk about this very clever dog called Molly. We always enjoy a pet story, but it also is a sign that things are quite slow news-wise when these stories pop up. What's Molly been up to?
Molly is a pet detective. She works for the pet...
Is she?
She is the only fully trained cat detection dog in Britain.
Well,
so, you know, you may mock, but Molly is trained to find missing cats. So Colin Butcher, who runs this, he takes her out if cats or indeed dogs have been lost, and she can sniff them out. What happened here was, while looking for a terrier had gone missing, she paid attention to a mound of leaves beneath a large oak tree. And when he went over, what looked like a diamond ring was there. And as she dug further down, she unearthed several rotten jewellery boxes, numerous other items of jewellery, more than 60, gold, silver and diamond. And what he said, he thinks that they were stolen, and judging by the level of decay, it was probably early last year. Perhaps the thief hid the boxes, intending to return at a later date and recover them. Yeah, well, you know, actually, I jest, but Molly has probably done somebody a good favour, because they will probably be very important to somebody. Hopefully they can be reunited with their owner. That's what's happened here. So Mr Butcher's been told by the police that he has to take all reasonable steps to trace the owner, by which I mean getting on page 4 of the Ham and Eye, I would suggest, because that is where this is published. But if the owner's not traced, the jury will then legally belonged to Molly, as she found the haul. I mean, I don't know quite what she'd do with it. She'd be like the blingest cat detective dog in London.
Perhaps she gets to keep them. Matt, we're out of time to talk about rainbow carpets. I'm afraid we'll have to leave that one. Which paper was it?
That was from the Bexley News Shopper.
There we go. Find out more about rainbow carpets and the row there in the Bexley News Shopper. Matt Withers, as always, from Archant Media. Let's